Hello and welcome to the Architecture Beyond podcast. This is Brandon Gibbs, your host, AIA and NCARB and NOMA architect from around who loves telling stories. So I'm just giving a little update. We've been a little bit delayed as I've actually just completed an international move. I've been with family for a while out of the country, and I can make maybe another post about that particular story. But however, coming back to the U.S. is going to provide a lot of opportunities. I love being abroad. I studied in the UK, so being an American architect is not something that I take for granted. I love the things that are going on in other countries. I think America is a unique place for architecture. However, there's definitely a lot of blowback in certain modern types of things that people would try to do. Maybe one of my teachers was saying things that you would do in London, you'd have a harder time to do maybe in the Gulf or in the South. And the same thing maybe in the West Coast, there's a lot of regulations. I think architecture in America is an opportunity to both learn about what's going on in your local, as well as looking at international norms to find out how to be merging and bringing the best of those together. That being said, this is actually just a show just sort of explaining a little bit of the absence, but also giving like a little bit of a insight into what architecture is holding within the States, and also the potential for connecting with this podcast. The idea is that the U.S. is a very burgeoning place for architects, and I want to over the next few months to be a little bit talking with maybe more architects that are maybe local, finding out some of their issues, as well as finding out more maybe some larger firms to find out what they're going on. Though I'm already sort of in talks with some interviews with architects from big and probably Zaha Hadid architects will also to find out a little bit more of that experience, but also maybe we'll talk with some people, local leaders in the States, including Nashville leaders that are doing some incredible things. So if you are interested in those type of topics, this is the Architecture Beyond podcast, where we go into both the world of architecture and beyond, because I think what we do in the studio is definitely going to be best done when it's thinking about the world beyond. If you enjoy that, definitely follow this podcast, follow us in our social media. Check out I Am Studio, our sponsor, where you're learning the best in architecture content for digital design. Also check out Think Parametric for architecture technology. They're doing some great courses. I would check them out and grow those skills. So I'll see you on the next episode. Stay tuned for the first of the month in the month of September, where we'll be talking with Joseph Cole, finding out about architecture, starting a practice, and that whole journey. So I'll see you in the next one.